Hey there, Heretik! We're a lightweight deployable application that seamlessly integrates into your existing relativity environment to enable a more efficient and effective contract review workflow. In this video, we're going to walk through what a flexible force majeure workflow with Heretik looks like while highlighting some key features and functionality. We'll use the recent COVID-19 pandemic as the example to showcase how you can start understanding the risks and obligations in your contracts throughout a potential force majeure event. Let's pretend we're the general counsel for a global organization that supply chain has crumbled due to the coronavirus outbreak. We need to quickly understand both our risks and obligations as a company in relation to our clients, as well as what our vendors are responsible for. To accomplish this, we'll need to do a swift and strategic analysis of the force majeure language in our agreements, as well as the related clauses and provisions. Let's get started. The first step in this workflow is the subject matter expert, or SME, works with stakeholders to gather all the relevant documents across the organization. Luckily for my team, I am the SME. I've already gone ahead and grabbed our largest supply agreements and put them in a separate folder on my desktop. My next steps are simple. I need to upload these contracts into our document review platform. As the contracts are uploaded to the document review platform, they're automatically being analyzed by Heretik's models and providing my team and I the insights we need to take action and understand the risks and obligations associated with these agreements. Let's walk through the results. And now the agreements have been uploaded and analyzed by Heretik, the team can instantly get to work with the results. As you can see here, Heretik has both automatically classified all the agreements in this set and segmented them at the clause level. This gives my team a bird's eye view of the relevant trends across all the agreements, while also providing the ability to quickly drill down into specific high-risk contracts or even sections. After analysis is completed, the SME reviews the extracted data needed to assign a risk analysis score for each agreement. As the SME, my next critical step is to start prioritizing my team's time. To do this, I need to start understanding the level of risk in each agreement. Finding the force majeure clauses was only a small step in the process. To provide proper guidance to my stakeholders, I need to know more about the agreements. For example, what contracted party is liable? What is the notification type required, if any? How much notice do I need to provide? And what is the force majeure event classification? Unfortunately, these data points are never simply outlined in the force majeure clause, but rather woven throughout multiple clauses within the agreement. Luckily for me, Heretik auto-extracts and structures all this information and more, allowing me to assign risk scores based upon data points within each agreement. Leveraging the newly structured data, the SME can now quickly identify obligations and risks in the agreements to prioritize resources and actions. After I clicked into the force majeure clause in the previous screen, I am then taken to the exact location within the actual agreement in Heretik's viewer. Further, each of the Heretik analysis data points are highlighted and linked, which allows me to simply click to navigate to where each one was extracted. I'm now able to streamline QC, interpretation, and prioritization into one efficient, flexible, but still familiar workflow. Based on what I've seen from this particular agreement, I'm assigning it a low risk score. Once all the documents have their score, we need to then understand the variances between them. Heretik Compare enables the SME to quickly understand the similarities and variances of each force majeure clause and related data points to begin preparing the formal notifications draft. Now that all the documents have been assigned the appropriate risk score, I want to quickly understand which agreements have a similar force majeure clauses to leverage Heretik's auto-notification workflow, as well as which ones need to be flagged for more hands-on strategic notification execution. Because we already segmented these contracts at the clause level, I can use Heretik Compare to quickly filter based on their similarity. For today's purposes, I'm going to show you how I worked with the 6 agreements that have been categorized as low risk. However, these same workflow could also be applied to the medium and high risk agreements. As you can see here, Heretik has assigned each clause a similarity score based on the variances in relation to the base document that I selected. Through Heretik Compare, I can quickly see and navigate those differences in a side-by-side view. And if I wanted to, I could export these findings in a Word or Excel report to share with stakeholders. In this situation, any agreement with similarity score of 6 or lower will be sent for further review by our outside counsel. Anything with score of 6 or higher will be sent through to the next phase, which is Heretik's auto-notification process. The already extracted data is auto-inserted into approved notification templates to then be sent out to the relevant parties. I've already gone ahead and uploaded my company's approved template for the agreements that require written notification, as well as mapped the extracted data to the template fields as you can see here. I'm able to take the saved search from my compare analysis and apply it to the assembling of these written notifications. Once I hit run on the search, the template will begin auto-completing with the extracted data from the agreements to ultimately form specific written notices. In addition to being a much more efficient process, I'm able to maintain all of this work in one platform and demonstrate the defensible process in lieu of any potential litigation. Transparent tracking and progress reporting all maintained in an actionable format to continue mitigating risk and limit exposure. My team and I benefit from all our previous work through Heretik's tracking and reporting dashboards. The dashboards not only allow us to provide updates to our most critical stakeholders, but we can easily update, configure, and export the reports in a matter of a few clicks. Because my team has structured our contract data, we've turned weeks of work into a matter of hours. As we've shared today, finding the force majeure clauses was only a small step in the process. Being able to analyze all the significant data points within the agreements enabled me to provide quick, proper guidance to my stakeholders. As my team is preparing to move forward past this pandemic event, all the information captured at every phase, from analysis, interpretation, to notification, will provide valuable insights to help us with future events, seen or unforeseen.